Hello guys, before we get to the actual video, I'd like to just quickly set it up. This was part of our 24-hour charity live stream for Child's Play. If you would like to donate or find out more about Child's Play, we'll include a link in the description below. We'll also throw in links to our social media accounts so you can follow everyone who is involved with this. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and start the video.
Alright, and next up is our Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament. And I'm trying to get the audio of the game up, but I don't know if it's going to work. So I might just leave the music on while we have the visuals of the game up. Oh wait, no, the game is showing. One moment. Okay. Just so the game isn't too loud, and then I'm stopping music. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so it's not just going to be a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament, which, by the way, code is on screen right now. If it needs to be put into chat at all, I'm actually gonna type it out, so all I have to do is hit send. Oh, seems like now we've got the next guest in. Let me just finish typing this out really quick. Alright, yep, so we've got, and I'll put their icons on screen for the moment. So we've got Wolfman as our co-host for now.
Hello, happy to be here.
And then we've also got Ash Paulson, and we've also got Ash Paulson and Derek Bittner from GameXplain, which it will be on in a moment. I don't have an icon for Derek. Oops. I'd have to get that. Although I can get that for the next segment because during Mario Kart, those aren't going to be on.
I was also concentrating on them, so I didn't get my proper setup, and this is not going to go well.
Oh. Hello.
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 How are both of you?
Oh, enough.
Not too bad.
Derek, you just got off your stream, right?
Yes, I just finished up my Xenoblade Chronicles stream.
Oh boy.
Because I am a madman when it comes to streams. I don't know when to actually quit. But you guys have been doing this for quite a while as well, right?
Yes. This started at 10 p.m. Eastern last night. My segment started at 4 hours ago now.
Whew. That's that's basically when I started. I started at 2 o'clock my time, which is about 4 hours ago now.
Okay.
And got through the big section of Xenoblade, all the big revelations, and I think I'm actually getting close to the end, which that's exciting.
Nice. Alright, so I'm gonna be hopping on to the into the Mario Kart room now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
I'm actually already racing myself, but because we were figuring out everything, I didn't get my proper setup, so I'm...
that's what you were saying at first. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was in the race, but then I got booted because I stopped racing to make sure everything was technically sound.
The race is more important than anything else, Ashley.
I know. But it's a good thing it wasn't Smash, or else I wouldn't have been paying attention to the technical side because I would have been playing Smash.
Thank God I'm not playing Smash with you.
That might have been what happened earlier because we had a Smash tournament earlier during Nantangix's segment, but apparently there were audio issues during then that just weren't getting sorted out, no matter what we tried. But I was flipping through chat, and it seemed like the game was really loud, but it also seemed like people weren't complaining because they got to hear the character deaths really well.
Nice.
And that is the most important thing.
Well, and when you're playing Smash, it is all about the match. You can't, you can't pay attention to anything else.
It is so hard to commentate over Smash Brothers and
it is.
Do well.
It really is. Yeah, especially when you're really trying and actually putting effort into it. It is. Yeah, it's really hard to stay good at Smash when you're trying to talk.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, usually it's just click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Because everybody uses the GameCube controller.
Yep.
Actually, I found myself really liking the Wii U Pro controller.
You heathen!
Yeah, no, honestly, it's probably the most comfortable video game controller I've ever. Takes all the stuff I really like from the GameCube controller and the Xbox controller.
Interesting.
That's
I
cool.
do really like the Wii U Pro controller. Like it's very comfortable, but I just feel like it's been almost entirely supplanted by the Switch Pro controller, which is pretty much just as comfortable. It just has far worse battery life because it has more technology in it. But they're both really good.
Yeah, but I've still not run into that many issues where my Switch Pro controller dies. Like I've just like, oh, it's probably getting low by this point. Let's charge it. That kind of.
I've had it die on me a couple of times, but it's never like a huge deal because you got the Joy-Con too. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, there's always options.
Yeah, my problem with that is with the Switch itself, which I believe they just released an update to fix it, but it's like it takes hours because they want you to like drain the battery, recharge it fully, drain the battery again, charge it fully, and it's I need like an entire day to do that, and I just haven't had time to set that yet.
Yeah, my biggest issue is I went to store my credit card information into the system, and it refuses to take it. And I saw that other people were having that issue as well. And
Right.
apparently this latest update was supposed to fix that,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still not fixed. So
So I just want to say hello to Kart Boy, who's in the chat. We actually are reading the chat, and thank you for legitimizing my opinion, Zebel, if that's the correct way to say your name.
don't legitimize him.
Right.
You cannot. I lost my train of thought.
Are you guys still playing in Hyrule Circuit?
No, they've
yeah,
moved to Womps.
Yeah,
I can't join you guys. I keep trying to join back into the tournament, and I keep getting dumped into an empty room.
really. I'm racing against Triss, so
You know,
Triss
Mario
and
Kart 8
Arson.
Deluxe online is so garbage sometimes. I'm just gonna say it.
I had the
not
same
really had
issues
issue.
with.
It's just, I mean, sometimes it's great, but it tries to do everything it can to ensure that you don't play online the way you want to play.
Well, luckily, the last update to Mario Kart 8 tried to fix the connectivity issue, especially after like what used to happen, which really angered a lot of people, was it make you spectate a whole race and then it kick you off.
Right, I remember
Oh,
that.
God. It's like, wasn't that race fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had one pretty bad tournament that really was just me waiting alone for other people that never showed up because they
Oh.
room, and that was frustrating. But I find that it happens rarer than
Mm-hmm.
the exception, not the rule.
I must have had a lot of bad luck. I consistently have bad negative times with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's online. Not Splatoon 2. Smash is usually pretty decent. And other, PS4 games are fine, but Mario Kart, it's just always Mario Kart. I get connection errors and all sorts of madness.
How the heck did I get a bullet bill in 6th place? I mean, granted, before that, everybody else around me was getting tripped shells, and I was getting mushrooms, but
Oh.
a little bit vindicated in that, but still.
Well, shout-outs to Elect Cross, because I am in a one-on-one race, or at least a race with only one other fan, and that is Elect Cross, which I'm wondering if that's a Mega Man Battle Network reference.
I think it is. Yes, he's a big fan of that. That's actually one of my best friends.
Oh, awesome. Okay, well, please let him know that Team Aqua Guts for life, all right?
Gosh.
Oh, man, I played Mega Man Battle Network non-stop I guess it was my high school and going into college years. I love that series.
I need to go back. I picked up the original one when it came out on the Wii U eShop. Did not get all the way through it, though. But what I played seemed fine.
It kind of like, it had a slow start. Like, no one would tell you that Battle Network 1 has aged all that well. But no joke, like, Battle Network 3 is probably one of the greatest RPGs I've ever played. It really is that good. Even if you're not a Mega Man fan, it's just a very good package. There's so much content. It's got a fun story, great music. Like, it's just a great RPG.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Isn't there like 6 games in the series?
there are. Yeah, and
So it's all downhill from there.
no, it's partially downhill from there. 4 is kind of terrible, but 5 and 6 are both good. Actually, I like 5 and 6.
Nice.
I mean, it's Mega Man, so it'd almost be a disappointment for it not to have an absurd number of sequels and spin-offs.
Yeah.
That is. Although, I mean, we didn't know how good we had it back then.
Yeah.
With multiple series running side by side, getting new entries. Now we're, have to beg to be even one. And even begging doesn't do it. All right, well, I am in first place for this race. Nice.
Nice.
I'll take that.
I didn't get to say it earlier, but I like the fact that we all picked Ribbon Road. We all unanimously decided on this one course.
Man, I want to play in the big room with all of us together.
I'm surprised it doesn't just.
AIs and Electros.
I'm really surprised it doesn't automatically throw everybody into the same room until it fills, and then it. I thought it would fill a room and then start new rooms from there. I didn't think it would start all these extra rooms.
I feel like I've had that problem too when trying to do. I think I've streamed a Mario Kart 8 tournament for GameXplain, but I know I've done one for Smash, and sometimes the way it does rooms in Smash is bizarre. I know the last time I streamed a Smash tournament for GameXplain, I got banned from my own tournament because.
Well, you know what you did.
What I did was I tried to quit a match that had such awful lag that it wasn't worth playing, and people were getting bored. So I quit the match, and then I got booted from my own tournament for 10 minutes for griefing or for disconnecting early. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now, Nintendo?
That's
really?
Oh my gosh!
How dare you? You were the worst.
So the chat just erupted and just started giving me hell. It was a lot of fun.
that is pretty funny though.
I don't even know if you told me about that.
I thought I did. Really?
You might have. I'm not sure.
All right. I'm gonna. It was fun playing with the Elect Cross, but I'm gonna try to leave the room and see if I can get into the main room. Hopefully, we can all play together.
I have a feeling he'll end up trying to do the same too.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling. Oh god, that was awful.
He said in chat, "They got my name. I'm so happy."
Nice. Yeah, I'm very glad I was correct about that.
I had one of those instances where you swear you're doing the drift to the one side and decides, no, I'm going to go the opposite direction.
Oh, yep. I actually just had that on the last lap, and I almost fell off because of it. But somehow I managed not to.
Oh, I did fall off. Yeah.
It's too bad I can't join any of you via my friends list because it's not even showing you as online, Derek, for whatever reason.
That's weird. I've always had that issue with Mario Kart 8. I know somebody's playing, but it won't show them as online.
Interesting.
You know what's funny though? Did we actually ever become Switch friends? I don't know if we ever did.
No, we didn't because I gave you my code. I gave you my code.
I believe it.
You never got it.
That's so funny. I totally believe it.
Did you guys fill up your Switch friends list already, or?
Oh, I could just because of how many requests I've gotten because I accidentally flashed my friend code on one video.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's been inundated, and I don't. The thing is, I'm trying to keep it to close friends this time around rather than just everybody.
Yeah,
I did on the Wii U.
That is so weird.
I mean,
I can't even spectate.
That is weird. Ooh.
Huh.
I mean, back on the friends list, at least I think the Switch can have 300 friends instead of just 100. So.
That's good. I'd still fill it.
Nice.
Well, yeah, you still fill up, but.
Yeah.
At least you wouldn't fill up as quickly.
Good point.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna. I'll try restarting my Switch and see if that does anything.
Okay. Yeah, Derek, it'd only take an hour instead of half an hour.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Derek, you've been having a. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, Derek, you've been having a good time streaming Xenoblade, right?
Yeah, it's been it's been a blind stream ever since I got to the one point because I did play the game before, but then I stopped at a certain point just because you know how it goes with RPGs, and
oh yeah.
I'm taking the time to finally go back and replay it, and especially because Xenoblade 2 is coming out, and it's been a blast seeing exactly why people love this game so much. I didn't even realize I was in first, so thank you, Random.
Nice.
That's the way
to do it.
I was just doing my own thing, and I was like, "Oh, I'm in first. Okay, cool."
Look at this humble bragging here. Oh, I didn't even know I was in first. It's just, I guess it was just so easy for me to get to first. I didn't even know it happened.
And it was even easier to go back to 7th after all that.
Nice.
If the item balance is off, I might have accidentally sent it to Frantic instead of normal items.
It kind of feels like it's on Frantic.
Okay. That might have been, because I think that's what it was for the last tournament we had. It's always the same code and everything. I just changed the settings in it. So I might have forgotten to change that one.
Voyager, you are a greedy SOB. There were 5 mushrooms and you took 3 of them.
Ooh.
I am.
And I'm not just saying that because he was very helpful to me on one particular article.
So, was somebody trying to say something to me earlier, I think? I don't...
Oh, yeah, no, this is Bazzy. I just jumped on for no reason to tell you that A, you can't control me. I told you, man. I come on when I want. When I want. B, hey, everybody. Remember, still, once again, this is for charity, so...
Oh yeah,
get
donate.
money.
Yeah, please.
Break out those wallets.
Yes.
That PayPal.
Yeah,
All right, well,
the link
What's
to
the
that should
charity
be...
for?
Child's Play.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we have some money. Be nice to get some more. Just reminding everybody. All right, I'm going. Have fun with your Mario Kart.
Alrighty.
How's it
Oh,
been?
so
You guys-
we're not going to do another hour-long discussion about Castlevania?
If you want to, I will dive into that right now. I mean, you want to go? You want?
I mean, there's worse things to converse about.
I certainly.
Yeah, so for a little background on that. Oh, by the way, hi GameXplain guys. I saw you at
Hello.
E3, so now I'm seeing you
nice.
virtually again. Yeah,
How's it going?
it's going all right, But for some background, so Wolfman and I said we were going to do a little 10-minute, 15-minute discussion on the Castlevania on Netflix, and it turned into 45 minutes. Could have gone another hour.
Nice.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, we were getting into the intricacies of and the merits of just the IGA, the Igarashi Castlevanias versus classic Castlevanias. I think that you have to do Simon's Quest. You can't not do Simon's Quest. He's like, no, you can go straight to Symphony. I'm all like, you are a heathen and you are a horrible.
Well, my argument, which I think is still sound, is that you fuse 2 of the games together. So you have, so you do Castlevania 1 and 2 with Symphony of the Night, but with Simon Belmont replacing Richter Belmont.
Right, but I mean, Richter has his fans, and I think for all of its faults, part of the reason the adaptation was good is because it didn't really contradict anything in a major way. You know, like how fanboys of any series get.
Oh yeah.
But I think it wasn't good because of that. It was good because it just managed to
Because it was
tell,
good?
because it told a story and generally had good animation, and it's really nice to have Richard Armitage and a lot of other actors whose name I forgot.
Right, and I mean, it just managed to capture, like you mentioned there, it managed to capture the feel of it. Did everybody else see the Castlevania
Yeah, I saw it.
adaptation? There was literally a platform section through a clock tower. That's amazing that they put that in, and it didn't feel like fan servicey.
Oh, they had the freaking Cyclops that shot laser beams. That's awesome.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Straight out of the Belmont family bestiary.
Yeah.
I was
So, thank you, Connor, for your donation.
Ooh.
Yay,
Thank you, Connor.
donation.
nice. Thank you.
Very nice. See, I did something, guys.
Yeah, every donation gets a shout out.
There we go, then.
Also, whoever decided to on Rainbow Road, especially the new one, you suck.
Oh, you don't like Rainbow Road?
I hate this course so much.
I mean, the music's pretty good.
Cool.
The
Just get
music's
good,
fine.
man.
Yeah,
Sounds
but
like
you're.
you get good.
I don't. I mean, I like the stage, but I don't know if good music is necessarily the thing you should use because every stage in this
That's
game
true.
has good music.
That's
Yeah.
also true. Yeah. I will say that the best Rainbow Road in this game is still the Super Nintendo Rainbow Road.
It needed 2 laps, but yes.
Oh no, that's the 64 one, which I also agree. It would have been the best if it had 2 laps, but it unfortunately does not.
Yeah.
It's just that it doesn't give a chance for the music to finish, which for that track I will say, as good as the music in this game is across the board, the Mario Kart 64 rearrangement of Rainbow Road is it's kind of on its own level.
I have to completely agree there. It's so good.
Yeah. And by the way, I didn't get to mention this earlier, but yes, I did watch the Castlevania anime, and it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
Well,
So good.
the biggest problem with it is it's only 4 episodes. It's
Exactly.
too short.
The biggest problem with it is I want more.
Well, it's not just that. It's it's basically
here
a
we go.
third of a story because
Yeah.
we did this already. It's a third of a story because it was 1/3 of a movie script.
Right.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
it was the first DVD of a planned trilogy of direct-to-DVD movies.
So yeah, that Castlevania adaptation has like this long and interesting history. What's funny is I'm like a pretty big Castlevania fan. So I remember, just going on to like Castlevania Dungeon forums, like whatever, like, Castlevania fan groups were around. And that script, parts of that script were released by Warren Ellis, the author. And there was the having sex with a goat conversation. And I remember it was like an infamous thing forever. We're like, there's no way that's going to make it. And it totally made it.
So,
And
yeah.
It's kind of pointless. I don't know why it was in there.
I mean, it's there for flavor, and because Warren Ellis likes to have that kind of thing, like when he wrote the script for G.I. Joe Resolute, and of course it had, like, something that an entire plot based on something he read out of the newest issue of Wired magazine.
Of course.
Right.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, I'm seriously going to get out of here. You guys have fun. GameXplain, guys, thanks. Awesome that you guys were able to join us.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, Wolfman and Triss, I'll see you guys.
Alrighty.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Oh, I hope I can do better. I finished like 10th place last time.
What happened last race?
It's Rainbow Road, and I hate it. I specifically don't race on that track.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm so annoyed that I can't get in there and just like spam you with red shells, Derek.
Yeah.
I'm still playing.
Oh,
all
don't worry.
AI.
Everybody else is taking care of that.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Ash, I feel like it's something on your end because Ellicross was actually able to get in for a race or two, and then he left again, but he was able to get into it.
Yeah, no, as I've said, I've had myriad problems with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's online, and it's only this game, so I don't know what it is. But you know what I'll do? I'll do go do a hard reset of my Switch and see if that helps. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Suspicion is that there's something that the way they set up rooms is designed out on the assumption that tournaments are going to have like a large number of, like a larger than 12 players, so they try to set up as many rooms as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
Account for when there's less than 12.
Oh god, there's so many shells.
There really are.
Like, you guys definitely have this set to frantic. There is no doubt in my mind.
All right.
I can actually look at the little info thing that has the tournament settings on it right after this race.
I have no idea how I did a spin with I don't even know who it was.
That might have been
But you
me
had
with the triple red shells.
Yeah, how did I not get hit? How did I not get hit?
No idea.
All right. Fingers crossed. This works. Let's see here.
It's because I don't have Deluxe, but one of the things that I'm really liking about this tournament is getting to really see like how the changes actually alter the game.
Yeah.
I know you guys made a video of that. Like the idea of having, say, a backup mushroom is really nice because there's all these different like shortcuts, like the one in the dragon stage. I forget the name, where like it's right out in the open, but you just can't use it unless you have a mushroom.
Right.
I mean, having it's nice for first place because now you're kind of guaranteed not to get stuck with a coin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, no luck. So I'm happy to keep, staying here and chatting with you guys, but I don't think Nintendo's going to let me play.
Well, you could still hop in general if you're able to see if other people with the same problem still at least get a chance to race with you.
Yeah, no, I'm going to keep just hopping in and out of rooms, and hopefully that works. But yeah,
Okay.
I've raced 2 other people one-on-one, so
Okay.
yeah, I'll just chill and see what happens.
Alrighty.
Sounds good. Oh man, I haven't raced on Donut Plains 3 in forever.
I love that track.
It's so good. It just looks great updated, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Like I would love to see more of the SNES tracks get updated like this, where it looks, it's just so, it sounds weird to say, but it just looks great, so three-dimensional as opposed to everything flat.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
It feels like it's taking the idea of how, born in 1991 and didn't have a Super Nintendo, but like how someone who grew up with Super Mario Kart might have imagined these stages to have looked like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Get out of the grass, dummy.
I'm still holding out hope that we'll somehow someday see the DS Airship Fortress course reimagined in Mario Kart 8 style
Oh, I would love it.
visuals. It's like, well, that's my favorite Mario Kart track ever.
It's really fun in Mario Kart 7 too. Like I was
is.
happy it came back at all, but yeah.
Yeah, I really hope they bring it back again. Whatever their future platform for Mario Kart ends up being, I don't really know where the series goes from here, but I'm curious to find out.
Who knows? Maybe we'll finally get Nintendo Kart.
That would be the idea. I just want Kirby in the game so badly. Like, I need a Kirby kart. Oh man, Mario Kart 8's art style is perfect, I feel, for a Kirby racer.
It really is, honestly. Like
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly feel like if this game were to get DLC, which at this point 3 months ago I would have said it's totally possible. Now I really don't know. I definitely feel like it would have been a Kirby rep and a Metroid rep with how much both of those series are being pushed this year.
Yeah.
I'd also have liked to have seen a Pikmin stage.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. Honestly, I see them just putting all their focus onto a Mario Kart 9.
Mm-hmm.
I
I agree.
DLC.
Yeah, probably.
See, I think
I would say that's
I
very likely.
believe part of it is also I believe the Mario Kart team is the one that also made ARMS. So
Yes.
I actually think that's their main focus in terms of future content. So I think they're off Mario Kart 8 Deluxe aside from like glitch fixing and updates and such. But yeah.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure I have a magnet on me that's just attracting every single item. Because I got hit by 2 bullet bills that time. Like,
Oof.
what am I doing wrong?
Honestly,
Like,
I'm kind of surprised not everyone chose Mount Wario.
Dolphin
bit.
Shoals is also a really good one though, so I'm actually not surprised. I actually think I also noticed Mount Wario appears a lot on worldwide races, just in the suggestion. So I think a lot of people, as much as they love it, are a little tired of it. So
Yeah.
less people tend to pick it now.
Yeah.
The only time it is acceptable not to pick Mount Wario is when Wild Woods or Sunshine Airport are options. Any other time,
Ooh, you're not wrong.
any other time, if you don't pick Mount Wario, we cannot be friends. We can't, or at least not Mario Kart friends.
I don't know if it was Ash who said this about liking Dolphin Shoals. I'm very glad that Dolphin Shoals has gotten kind of reevaluated, because I remember in the when the game had first come out, people really not liking it, and
Really?
I never had a major problem with it. It never became one of my favorites, but I also didn't hate it.
that it's
Yeah.
kind of gotten a better reputation as the years have gone on.
Yeah.
Which is
Actually,
weird.
my only real issue with Dolphin Shoals is that they don't just keep that wonderful, wonderful saxophone version of the song playing
Underwater.
throughout the whole track. Like, I don't want that underwater. No, I want that saxophone playing throughout the entire song, throughout the entire race.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It sounds so much better that way. I mean, you do for the final lap, but
That's
at what
true,
cost?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I mixed feelings on that, because I love how the dynamic score works in this game,
Mhm.
like a lot.
Mhm.
It's just something that's really exciting in a way that
Oh, shoot.
kind of lose that some of the time with the underwater sections. It's like I think that when you come out of that like underwater cave part,
Right. Yeah.
like it feels more exciting than if you just heard it the whole time.
Sure. Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. I mean, it does kind of build up to that, but it just makes, I feel like the rest of the track, the music just isn't that interesting. But I completely agree, though, it does build you up to that when you're coming out of the cave. And that's enjoyable.
Hey, right now, as they're passing through the final section of Mount Wario,
Mm-hmm.
part of the woods, which is still good, but as exciting as like the last fourth of the level, or third, I guess.
Oh yeah, how like the music keeps changing throughout like each lap in this track. Oh boy, get rid of these shells.
Yes, I will still. First, yes, finally.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Actually, you know what, Derek? I didn't see it, so I don't know that it
If you tune into the stream right now, it'll pop up.
Yeah, watch
It's too late. Nope, too late. It didn't happen.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I wasn't there to see it. If a Derek wins a Mario Kart 8, but I'm not around to see it, does this count? Nope.
Ooh, Mute City.
Yes, I will take Mute City.
Now, see, that is a track that I'm a little tired of. I feel like it gets picked way too often.
Well,
Well,
just give
the other
people
options
an
were
actual F-Zero and it'll get picked less.
yeah.
Yeah.
The other options were the new Rainbow Road and Yoshi Valley. And while Yoshi Valley is good, I feel like F-Zero is a lot more hectic and fun to show off.
That's true. Agreed.
Yoshi Valley lost a lot of its touch when it started showing you your place in the race.
Yeah.
Right.
There's always that. It's like, am I ahead? Am I not? I don't know.
I loved that in the original, and it's just. I mean, you kind of get that in this one because it keeps changing as you go to that middle section, but it's not the same. And we went to Yoshi anyway.
Yeah, of course.
That's okay though.
Also, the Yoshis are huge.
We're also talking about a series where the villain can be anywhere between like 8 feet high and like 300.
It's magic.
It's Chemix magic. Don't worry about it.
He's also died multiple times, so you know.
Well, he got better, like in Crank High Voltage.
He got better.
It's turning into a Monty Python skit.
It legit did shock me when about I think it was New Super Mario Brothers when he got dunked in the lava and he came out as Dry Bowser. I'm like, holy crap! We're not joking around this time.
Also, if I had access to the chat and if the chat had allowed you to post images, I absolutely would have posted the Crank High Voltage. He was dead, then he got better.
Are you? Is your room completely full? Because I think what might be happening is that we have
Nope.
just enough people. Really?
No, I think
Take a
it's
full room.
it's probably about half full, and then the rest are computers. But
That is the most bizarre thing. Oh well.
Oh well, I had a flower until Boo decided to say no.
the worst is when the boo steals your mushrooms as you're about to get onto the shortcut. That you need the mushrooms for.
The worst is when you have a super horn and a blue shell is coming, and then he steals it. I've had that happen.
Okay, yeah, I've had that happen too. Speaking of blue shells.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, Derek, nice job with the Pokemon analysis the other day.
Oh, thank you.
I thought it was really nice.
I really appreciate that. It was. I gotta say, it was really nice to get away from Sonic coverage for a little bit.
I was figuring because you guys have been like all Sonic lately that it might have been nice that we're finally getting info on this game, and two that like Pokemon was basically your thing for like a year. So like I was wondering if it was nice to get back into that, but at the same time, it's all of a sudden it's gonna crank up a lot and everything over the next few months because it comes out in like 3 months, doesn't it? 4 months, something like that?
Yeah.
About, yeah.
November 17th, I believe.
Ooh,
So,
yeah.
it's coming soon, and the thing is, we still don't know exactly how different it is from
Yeah.
the original, and that's the only tricky part. Because the thing is, it felt like we were getting constant information with the Sun and Moon, and that's because all that information was basically new Pokemon, new Alola form, new Pokemon. And that's why, exactly, and that's why it was felt so constant. And since I don't have that anymore, there's not as much to show. But also, they're keeping a lot to their vest. And yeah,
I mean, if we have anything to go on, it would be Black 2 and White 2, which were fairly different from. Black and
but
White.
it's not a sequel either.
It's like a weird mix between like Black 2, White 2, and say like the Emerald or Platinum. It's like this weird mix between them.
Like the sense I get is that it's more of a director's cut.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Up in line
really
with
feels
the
like what. Yeah.
That's what it seems
third
like.
versions, but
I mean, that's kind of what Emerald and Platinum and all the others before or like, but just this time we have 2 versions, so
Yeah.
kind of changes it up.
I'm just wondering if it'll be like how Black 2 White 2, where you had to play the original one to understand a little bit of what was going on.
I don't think that's going to be the case.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's like an actual sequel. It just seems
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
an alternate version of it.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Is if it was a sequel, then you'd have to worry about that sort of thing. But
Yeah,
I think
okay.
enough people played Sun and Moon that even then I don't think it'd be a huge deal.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to get really into it, don't the Pokemon timeline theorists posit now that they're like 2 separate universes? So we
well,
can say
the
or timelines.
The games themselves, the games themselves.
Yeah, the games themselves say that.
Do
Yeah.
they? Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know they actually officially. Okay.
You never got to the epilogue of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
No, I never got a chance to.
Yeah, there's a point in there where they actually bring up was like, there might be different worlds where these events never happened and they didn't have to worry about it.
Okay,
And
that's pretty cool.
what if we send this meteor to one of those worlds and they're completely unprepared for it, so they might be destroyed? And that's basically like, yeah. So I did the same thing twice. So yeah, that's how the 2 versions work. Is that they're just alternate dimensions.
Well, it's
Nah,
not
I
just,
love that they. Okay.
Oh no, I think they were referring.
it's actually not just that though. So in Emerald, you go to the Battle Frontier at the end of Emerald, and there's one of the brains of the frontier is called Annabelle,
Yeah.
who's the head battle tower. At the end of Sun and Moon, there's a whole epilogue where you track down the Ultra Beasts, and you're helped by Annabelle. But it turns out that's actually not just Annabelle. That's the character from Pokemon Emerald,
Yeah.
who was taken from that universe by the Ultra Beast.
Yeah, I think.
And brought to the continuity of the modern, post Mega Evolution games.
Oh, interesting.
The storylines of Pokemon, the behind the scenes type stuff,
Mhm.
is freaking insane. That's why it didn't feel too out of place when I went on that crazy theory about Sun and Moon, the whole
Right.
alchemy theory. I think
Yeah. Which was really interesting, by the way.
Yeah, I was actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it
thought
was
that
super
was-
interesting and fit well. It just wasn't a thing.
Oh, sorry. Background noise.
No
That's
worries.
cool.
Man, I hate that. I spent so much time playing Pokemon games over the generations, and I love them. I'm a fan, but I just never got a chance to play these really story-heavy ones, again, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and learn all this stuff, which I'm bummed about because I love that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of minor. It's funny how they can just throw these out there and not make a big deal about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really for the benefit of the series that they have that be not really Easter eggs, but just something you only really get if you want to, and you want to put in that investment.
Yeah, like the Ghost Girl.
Oh, I
Love
love
the Ghost
that. The
And
Ghost Girl, that was, oh, man.
Yeah, my favorite part was in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire where they had that Ghost Girl next to I forget the Elite Four that was a Ghost Trainer. I'm blanking her name off.
You're thinking of Phoebe.
Phoebe, yeah, her. You don't even notice at first. You're just wondering, oh, the camera's being creepy because she's the Ghost Girl. No, it's the actual ghost. That's clever. That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's all actually pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever definitively say who the Ghost Girl was?
Nope,
No.
they've never solved
That's-
that mystery.
I remember coming across that myself and not expecting it and being like, what?
Oh,
I
it
got
was-
goosebumps. I'm like, what
yeah.
was that about?
It was so weird in X and Y
Yeah.
going into that room because I was just exploring. Because, I'm trying to do a guide, so I'm like, okay, I'll check out every building, see what happens. And that happens. I'm like, what the hell was that?
It was so good.
Why'd that happen?
All right, I have good news and bad news for you guys. The good news is I finally got into your room, so I'm spectating.
Yeah.
The
Sweet.
bad news for Derek is that I'm going to watch his race and totally give him a hard time when he...
Exactly, which means I'm gonna suck more than I already have been. So, yeah.
So yeah, it looks like I needed a reset. It was weird. I did a soft reset on my end by just going into a random worldwide room and playing a race.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came back and then was suddenly able to join the active room here. So I don't know what happened, but cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hello, Matthew. Happy to have you here. Again, responding to the chat.
Okay.
Right.
Any new donations? Because these people should be donating.
They should.
Yes, and for anybody who hasn't heard, so yes, this is a charity stream for Child's Play, and in the info below the stream, there is a link to donate. And please do that.
Yes. Please do. It's on frantic, and I keep being given the worst items.
And then in about 20 minutes, we'll be starting the actual interview with you guys.
Right. Looking forward to it.
40 minutes. Really? Time flies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just... Yeah. You just get really involved with it.
I want to get on and play some Smash with you guys at some point, because I have not played
Ooh.
Smash enough lately, and I am out of practice, and I am ashamed that my Mega Man game probably is not up to snuff. So I just want to go. I want to get on and play a bunch of casual, fun matches. I don't, it's just.
I'd totally be up for that.
Yeah, like nothing too serious. Like but I haven't played just a good session of Smash in too long.
I know you're casual, Ash. Don't you lie.
I'm in that weird middle ground between like casual and hardcore, because like I watch tournament streams and I really try to learn and improve my game, but I'm also not only going to play on tournament and legal stages because I find that boring.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm in that weird middle ground where like I take it seriously but not too seriously.
There's also the fact that there's like only 3 tournament legal stages.
That too. And I like most of the stages, yeah.
I also feel like it's weird that no one seems to ever pick Omega stages, and I know the explanation is that they're not all the same, because some of them have are floating platforms and others are like solid platforms that can allow wall jumping. But to me, that just seems so arbitrary of a difference.
I think the other thing is that people they explained that like we don't actually want Final Destination all the time. The more common one is like the battleground setup. So I think people would have preferred like a mix of Final Destination levels and like battleground type levels.
No, I think that's fair, and I think that could be changed. Yeah. Also, Legend of Cartboy or Legend Cartboy. Please ask your question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like people. I get why the tournament legal stages are so limited, but at the same time, I also really do enjoy stages where the hazards are telegraphed, where they are learnable. So that the more you play a stage, the more you can actually incorporate that into your game in a spacing sort of way. And I know that'll never happen on a tournament scale, but I don't know, too many people write off too many stages in Smash as being random and you can't learn them. That's not true, though, in my opinion. There are random hazards for sure, which I don't like as much. But traveling stages like Woohoo Island, like that does the same thing every time. You can learn it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
That one's fun. A stage like Great Cave Offensive, though, that has no redeeming qualities.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, like I love stuff like Museum Plaza. Yeah,
I really like the Omega form of Great Cave Offensive.
I do too, actually. Yes. It's a really good size, and it just looks really nice too.
Yeah,
I like the Omega form. Oh, good.
Yeah, no, I someone who is a lot more receptive to stages that I think a lot of people don't like Pac-Land. Like, I think I'm one of the few people on the entire Source Gaming team who likes both Great Cave Offensive and Pac-Land.
I actually like Pac-Land. I don't like Great Cave Offensive, but I really enjoy Pac-Land. It's just ridiculous, and I love the music for it. It's a fun stage.
Sure. So, Cartboy, I started kind of having an online presence in 2014. I posted a Tumblr, and I started commenting on the Gamological Society on the AV Club. And in 2015, when the Smash ballot came out, I wrote a series called Smash's Most Wanted that was sort of took a lot of... It was, for all intents and purposes, a shameless ripoff of what the the case for articles that people were have done for Source Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, I was commenting on Source Gaming articles, and at some point, because I added the links in my name to where I was posting, Push found it and then invited me to the team in late 2015. And since then, I've been doing articles on notorious games in Nintendo's history, or just mechanics that I think are really interesting or instrumental to particular games.
That's cool.
That is actually pretty interesting.
My most recent one is on how the Wind Waker's cel-shaded art isn't just about stylistic change, but also provides interesting mechanical differences. So.
And I love Wind Waker, and that was a very interesting read.
Nice.
Thank you.
Wind Waker is my favorite.
Still, yeah, it's my favorite. It's tied for my favorite Zelda game, along with Link to the Past. I go back and forth because I consider Link to the Past to be like the definitive 2D one, and Wind Waker to be like my favorite 3D one. So.
Right. Man, you guys have
Yeah,
completely different
at
Zelda
least
views than Andre.
I know. I got hit by so many things at the end.
I know. That's what I've been dealing with. All this frantic. I had just enough mushrooms. I saw you ahead of me. I was like, all right, I'm gonna boost ahead of them.
I'm gonna change up my combo and all that.
So I gotta say, guys, I think I have a problem, and I hope one of you has the answer or the solution for me.
Oh boy.
But I literally cannot stop playing Sonic Mania. I have now beaten that game 5 times across PS4 and Switch, and I can't stop.
If it makes you feel any better, I have 2 of my really good friends have been in the same rut. Except in addition to constantly beating it, they're also trying to claim #1 in the time trials.
Oh jeez.
So
Nope.
which
That
I believe they actually got to #2 on one of the stages or one of the zones. I don't remember which one, but I remember they posted a screenshot and they did it, and then the next morning it was gone, and they were really upset. But it's constantly changing right now.
Oh, I bet, because Sonic fans know how to really make those races work. So.
The only thing I wish that they had with the leaderboards in Sonic Mania is that functionality that the Mega Man Legacy collections have, where you can download replays for the top 10 times. Because I would love to see how these people are posting such incredible times, and with the drop dash, speedruns are going to be so fun to watch anyway.
Oh yeah, Mania will make for a really great games done quick.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go out of my way to schedule out whatever time I need to watch the first SGDQ or AGDQ run of Sonic Mania.
It should definitely be interesting.
Assuming that there are multiple routes that work, and they just don't find one definitive one, it'd be nice to see a race.
That's true.
As long as as long as the race doesn't turn out like the Metroid one that happened at the last Games Done Quick. It was supposed to be it was supposed to be a race. There were 3 participants, and I think 2 of them died at the first boss. So then it just became a playthrough.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's a shame. I heard about that.
It was still really fun to watch, but it was everybody felt bad.
Yeah.
That's the big thing that they always show.
Yeah.
And they couldn't do anything with it this time.
That kind of happened in the Link's Awakening race, which I watched at SGDQ 2017, where one of the runners, they were both fantastic, but one of them died early on against the second boss of the Bottle Grotto, the genie, and that it was just basically a one-sided race from then on.
Oh.
But I mean, he was a super good sport and kept playing, and they both finished out. But I was like, oh, that sucks when it happens that early.
Well, I think what actually happened with this one was I don't think they were allowed to reset it. So basically, after they had died, it's just basically each screen became bigger, because they just kind of it's basically they just got knocked out of it.
Nice, yeah, makes sense. Oh god,
I'll
7, okay. Whatever, I'll take what I can get.
I saw right behind me, it was starting to go crazy.
Yeah. Oh man. Just a little nuts.
Yeah, I'm as probably the person least inclined to Sonic Kart Boy. I'm probably not the person to make any encouraging statements on Sonic Forces, other than to say that I think Generations is probably one of the better games in the series, and I would probably actually in some ways hold it up over the original games. Because
I don't know if I go that far, but I do like Generations a lot.
My feeling is basically that the initial Sonic games are kind of at cross purposes, because on one hand they really encourage speed and they look really cool when you go fast, but they also are really punishing to people when you try to go fast. So like it's a game design that I think is meant to be shown, and it's kind of meant to be perfect at, and I'm not really a fan of that kind of game design.
Oh, like that. You kind of have to learn the levels and like really have to. You have to really remember where all the badniks are, where all the jumps are you need to make it look good. Oops, I forgot to do my boost start.
Yeah, like it's not like a Mario level where you can kind of do it and look good, and then like over time as you replay those levels, you can do like increasingly better at it.
I always do a lot of exploration in Sonic anyway, so my first playthroughs tend to be a little slower. So when I replay it, I can go fast because all of a sudden I know where everything is. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I've never run into that issue, I guess, because of that style.
Well, I think there's a definite mentality there where you have to go into it. Like I know that I used to not enjoy Sonic games as much because I would go into them with a Mario-like mentality where with Mario, if you know what you're doing, you can do everything and find everything in a level on one go. Sonic isn't really about that. Sonic is more about exploring and accepting that the path you choose is the path you're going to be on unless you try to deviate from it, and knowing that you can run back through a level and see all these other paths and all these other secrets. But it's a different mentality for sure.
Yeah.
I totally.
The other thing is I just don't think those games are as well designed as the Mario games.
I would agree to a point, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles I would say is every bit as good as most of the Mario games out there, and Sonic Mania might be even better. They're Sonic Mania, and I mentioned this in our review, it just nails that push and pull that Sonic games demand between the game and the player, and it just nails that balance, and it just feels so good to play in a way that's unique, in my opinion, from Mario and Mega Man. Not necessarily better. But
your guys' joined review or co-review that you guys did actually convinced my dad that he is going to get it.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Nice.
He was like really he was kind of iffy on it at first, like he wanted it but he wasn't like sure, and then he watched your guys' co-review and he was basically sold on it from that. So
nice.
My dad actually watches you guys a lot.
That's cool.
It's killing me. I was in first, I got blue shell, then I got red shell, now I'm fourth. No, I got red shell again.
Ooh.
Yep, that was me.
That was you, of course. You're gonna end up finishing ahead of me again, you jerk.
That's kind
the
of
rivalry has begun.
Right?
So we should have did this. I could use this to actually have the review to myself.
I know, right? Well, you still kind of did, because you got to do the pre-review review.
Yeah, but I didn't plan on doing that. It was just Andre's like, hey, could you do a preview mini review too? Take advantage of 3 minutes. Like, oh, God. Let me try not to repeat myself.
Yeah.
Kart boy, I wasn't saying my rivalry with them. I was saying the rivalry between the two of them.
Right. Well, Derek, if you want to get on some Smash after this and stream that.
No, I'm good.
No, you won't do that, huh? I haven't played in a while.
I haven't played in a while either.
No, I know. I've played much more
been...
recently than you.
Yeah. I think the last time I played is at E3 with you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, jeez, yeah, okay. I still play at least every couple of weeks. I try to play more than that, though.
See, I like to constantly play new things, or try to at least, but that's not always possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, Smash is really the only game that I keep going back to, because I have to pick and choose the games that I'm going to give that kind of time. So I know what you mean. Even Splatoon 2, I want to stick with it more, and I kind of am, but at the same time, I can't give it too much time.
Yeah, it's the same with me. The most time I go back to Splatoon 2 is when I have to do those updates.
Right.
But then I need to play it all on my own, and sometimes too, because I need to make sure I have enough money to buy the updates.
Ooh.
Yeah.
As far as in-game currency, I mean.
Hey Derek, what level do you get the Tri-Slosher at?
19.
I'm pretty sure you get it before level 20.
Yeah,
okay.
I know that.
Okay. I'm 10 or 11, and I like sloshers, and I'm kind of good with them, so I'm trying to get to there before they nerf it, because I know it's considered to be...
Oh yeah, the Tri-Slosher is pretty ridiculous.
I just want to abuse it while it's still good, and then, because I know they're gonna balance.
See, I'm the opposite way. When I hear something's really good, I'm like, oh, everybody's gonna be using that. I want to be different.
Yeah, that's why I don't play it when... I don't play right
when
then I
also lose because of that.
Well, it's also like I feel like there's this thing, and I know other people have noticed, where in Turf War, it's really difficult not to want to just use one of the basic like splatter shots or something because they cover turf most effectively, and that gives you the most points for leveling up. So it's hard to like legitimately want to take like a splat charger or something or a splatling into a Turf War.
Right.
It's like you're hamstringing your own ability to level up faster, and it's like I wish it wasn't like that.
Well, to be fair, you don't really. The way the leveling works is like it doesn't matter as much as far as how much you ink.
Oh, is that true? I didn't actually know that.
As long as
Okay.
you, I think.
Isn't it just based on if you win?
Based on you get more if you win, but you're also like as long as you ink this amount, you'll get it, and you'll easily get that amount.
And there's also things like the freshness bonus which adds a lot, right? And that's just based on wins, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, well, basically, if you can get a certain amount of consistent wins with each weapon, you'll get a freshness bonus with that weapon, which gets you even more experience.
Okay.
So it's a
Right, I
nice
remember
way
that
to,
now. Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah, they definitely they fine-tuned the leveling formulas for Splatoon 2, which I appreciate.
Mhm.
I'm just looking forward to seeing some of my favorite stages from 1 return. Like, I really miss Salt Spray Rig. I always liked that level a lot. And I am hoping that I know it was in some leak, in some data mine, that it's probably coming back, but I hope that's the case.
I believe they said, like, all the names of the original stages exist in the game's files, something like that.
Right.
But I think it's just the names of them, so like
is that
nobody
what it is?
knows if all of them are actually coming or not. So
Thank
I
you,
believe-
second place finish.
So I
Finally.
was chasing after you, Ash, and you dropped that bomb, and I was just launched all my trip mushrooms to try to catch up, and went right into that damn bomb.
I apologize, not really.
I know you don't.
By the
So
way, for those of you watching, I would like to remind you this is a charity stream for Child's Play. So
Yep.
if you have not donated yet, please, there's a link in the stream info that you can follow to donate if you are so inclined.
Also, it's worth noting that every little bit helps. So if you don't feel like you can contribute a lot, don't feel as though that's that it wouldn't be valuable.
Yeah, just share it. Even just sharing it would be enough.
Yeah.
Every little bit counts.
Yes, Animal Crossing. I love this. What
We
are your
almost
guys'
have a full
favorite
set.
forms?
Fall.
Not the fall or winter. I can't decide. I like both.
I like all of them, but
Yeah.
a very inordinate amount of affection for seasons and the concept of like how seasons change. So
So you
Like-
must love Oracle of Seasons then.
I actually never played the Minish Cap is the only Capcom Zelda I've played. Actually,
Really?
it's the
I
only,
mean, if you love seasons changing, you literally must go play Oracle
Yeah.
of Seasons because it's all
No, I mean,
about that.
those two and Four Swords Adventures are the only Zeldas I haven't played. So
Me-
I'm,
well, they're
yeah.
like $5 or $6 on the 3DS eShop.
And they're both
Played them,
great
just-
games.
I've just
Oh,
been
yeah.
kind of lazy and remiss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
it's
I,
so
I
good.
actually feel like, see, like, I can't really, I have trouble ranking one above the other, so I can't, like, in, like, a favorite Zelda, so to say, I tend to, like, put them both, like, on par, because
Me too.
playing them together is kind of how you get the full, complete package, especially when
Yeah.
you play, like, the linked game and all that.
Yeah,
And-
I'm glad they brought that back for the.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that just that-
3DS release.
But isn't that just that you get a code when you beat one, and that
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it basically, by getting that code, it says that you played that one first, and then when you go to the other one, it plays through that one as if it's the next one, instead of,
Okay.
two separate adventures. So it's like the continuation.
yeah, no,
Yeah. So you'll see like characters in your first game pop up in your second game. Like, oh, it was nice seeing you back in Holodrum. We're traveling to Labrina now. I think it's cool seeing you. Here's something, a bonus thing for
Yeah.
meeting us twice. Like back then it was very cool.
And then you get, like, the true final boss and things like that, too.
Yeah.
the funny thing is that if you look at the timeline for that series of games, Link to the Past Link does not have a great end.
No.
Like he goes Link to the Past, he goes on his travels for the Oracle's games, then Link's Awakening happens, and that game ends with him still lost at sea.
Yeah.
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 That's
Yep.
yeah. That's
That
always
and
I'm
kind
sure
of
we'll get.
Oh,
He'll be okay at some point.
well, that's why I was kind of hoping that.
That hectic
Right at
end.
the very end.
I got 12th. That was awful.
that was
I
a
couldn't
hectic
get-
end. And
I couldn't get items, and I couldn't. I just kept getting hit every time I got close.
and
Plus,
actually,
they decided to always give me freaking mushrooms.
actually, I think that's actually where the tournament closes. Yep, tournament is
Yeah,
now
it is.
closed. All right.
Yep.
So that means then it is time for the interview with you guys.
Yep.
So give me
Awesome.
one quick second to.
Standings
Disable
are...
the Mario
Hey, I'll
Kart.
take 5th place.
Oh yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Let me quickly just show off to view the standings, since it fully ended. Yeah, not bad.
Nice.
Mhm.
I could have gotten so many more points had I been able to play the whole time.
Did you have fun at least?
Oh, of course, yeah. For my 4 races at the end, yeah, that was great. And I enjoyed playing Elect Cross in that one race at the beginning.
Nice.
Nice. Alright. So let me change stream layout a bit just to reflect the fact that we'll be starting the interview with you guys.
Great.
So one moment. Now I know the overlay